Greetings, everybody. This is Kali, the Master Headhunter, the Dark Womb Priestess, you guys. Now, I'm going to come with a video a little bit different today. I want to talk about something I've touched on a little bit before, but, I think it's well needed to be talked about. Now, I've noticed, and I was talking with a friend of mine the other day, and I've noticed since I've been on YouTube and social media, Facebook, all that stuff, a lot of men cannot understand. First of all, I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you're in good standing with yourself when this video reaches you, I hope you guys are in a great mood, and if you're not, do something to elevate that mood. Don't stay stuck in that mood, you know what I mean? Because emotions come to pass you by. They're not here to stay. They passing you. So don't let it become you, okay? Don't let it make a home in you, all right? Now, I notice men, okay, especially black men in particular, are having a really hard time right now. Now, we already know other men, Eurasian, Caucasian, Asians, all those, they're struggling. They always have. They've always had issues with their manhood. That's been a proven fact. Go research it. There's many things to show you that, all right? Now, but I noticed black men are having a hard time understanding that, not all black men, first of all, okay? But most of them are having a hard time understanding that their rule is a done deal. It's over. It's null and void now. It's not popping. It's not happening. Period. It's done. And I've been paying a lot of attention here lately. I remember not too long ago I noticed, what was it, Melanation, Nature Boy, whatever his name is, and Brother Polite and all these other men who you see that have more than one woman, and they're showcasing it. Which the only ones I've really seen, to be honest, is that Nature Boy guy and Brother Polite. Now, we are in a time where it is the matriarchal energy is present again. And men are not meant to rule. They weren't fit to rule in the first place. I'm just going to throw that out. And I noticed that a lot of these people who call themselves conscious community leaders among the people, they're not really putting women in the forefront. You don't see women speaking in abundance, on their platforms. It's just about male energy, but they want to come and tell you about the black woman is God and this, that, and the third, and, about the female energy, but you don't really see a female principle there with them. You only see that male, that matriarch energy. And exactly like I've explained before, that's exactly why the grandmother has allowed this to happen. That is exactly why you see all this confusion with these males, because it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. It's a done deal. When men rule, it ain't nothing but wars and rumors of wars, and they let the beast take over and all kind of stuff. So that's a done deal. And I notice a lot that our people, especially our males, are capitalizing on this feminine principle. Because you don't see a feminine principle on the side of them. You either see them solo or you see a bunch of males. Now, I'm not going to say something is, if a man wants to be celibate for a certain amount of time, that's his choice. Everybody has a choice, to do that. And I think that is probably appropriate in some certain situations, depending on if you just got out of a relationship, or if you are trying to get yourself, heal yourself, get yourself together. I feel like that would be more appropriate. How are you going to be so solo that we don't ever see a woman around you? Ever. Hardly ever do we see a woman around you. Why is that, my brothers? And then you say you celibate for a reason. because a woman will distract you from what you're supposed to be doing. And what is that? What is that? You know, women bring you here. You come through this woman. You come through the womb to be here. Everybody does, unless you in vitro fertilization and you done been, put in this homemade womb. You see what I'm saying? Or a tube or whatever you want to call it. I believe that there's too much of that going on. And I see a lot of people on Facebook. Well, this particular person on Facebook, he's telling me, these people with the black women as God stuff, these homosexual people. Well, you have to look at it. These people are opportunists. And they see an opportunity to capitalize and make some money, so that's what they're doing. They have become just like their enemy. They have become just like their enemy. With the homosexual agenda, let's talk about that for just a little bit. I'm going to touch very briefly on it. When you have been molested and raped and tortured, that's passed down through the DNA. And your mindset, when the woman is pregnant, her mindset, the way she's thinking, it's very important for her to be in a happy state of being, a holistic state of being. Because if she's not, that's going to affect that child. For instance, my mother was a very depressed individual, which is why I struggle with depression. Well, I struggle with my moods fluctuating. Let's say that. And I've had to learn different techniques to use to keep myself from being in that state of mind. Okay? Because I don't want it to become a state of being. So I've had to learn how to do different things that will alter what my DNA predisposed me to. Does that make any sense? I remember a few years ago, I was meditating, and it came to me about how homosexuals and lesbians, or whatever you want to call yourself, how they come about. Of course, it's the mind state of the parents, the father and the mother. What are you thinking when you conceiving these children? Are you still holding on to things that happened to you? And like I said, of course, it's passed down through DNA. It might skip some children and go to another child. It can skip a whole generation. This stuff is really critical. And I know there's not very many people are talking about it. There's a few, but not very many people. And people are going to say, well, I was just born this way. Well, why was you born that way? What happened? And some men, and not only that, but now some men, let's go here. Some men operate with more feminine energy than they do masculine energy. And then you have some females that are operating with more masculine energy than more female energy. You have several different reasons for that. One, genetics and DNA. Okay. Two, meaning genetics and DNA, meaning trauma that happened to the woman. Trauma that happened to the man. Because when he releases his divine spark, whatever his thoughts are, his innermost, his deepest concerns are, goes with that spark, for lack of better terms, which you call sperm. Okay? That's part of his life force. But we have many different aspects when it comes to why are people gay today. Let's look at that. Stuff being sprayed in the air, stuff being dumped in the water, stuff in the food, that soy, and all that other stuff that they have to put in everything they think. It's in the marijuana, it's just all over the place. And then you have a whole culture now where they have, what is it called? LGTB. I guess that's, I don't even know. I'm thinking lesbian, lesbian, gay, transsexual, or transgender community, bisexual community, lesbian, gay, transgender, and bisexual community, LGTB. Okay. So, I'm not knocking anybody. You know, you're free to do as you choose. And I've always been that person that says, let that person be who they are. Because if they're not going to be who they are, they're going to be unhappy and they're going to make everybody else unhappy. But at the same time, when who you are starts to affect my world, then I have an issue with it. You know, I have an issue with people who wants to be in the LGBT. If you LGTB, you know, are you homosexual? Are you lesbian? You know, you gay, transgender. That's you. Do you. Do you. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to live with you. So it has nothing to do with me. But when you want to raise children, you know, because two of the same kind cannot create its own. You cannot create anything as far as children goes. You have to use that person outside of your relationship, you know, whether it be a male or a female, to create another being. Now, of course, women used to be able to reproduce asexually without men, but that was a long time ago, and you can go do the research because there's many plants and animals that can do that today, but we're not going to get into that. Now, when you want to bring children into the equation, first of all, let's talk about how confusing it is. You a woman, okay, and you decide you want to be with another woman. Okay, that's on you. No problem. To each his own. I'm not knocking anybody. But the thing about it is, why not just go get another feminine woman? You don't want to just deal with the female energy, and then some of y'all want to look like men. So you go out, instead of getting another feminine woman, you go out and get a masculine looking woman that's trying to be a man. Now, both of y'all confused. You said you don't want to be with a man, but you go be with a woman that looks like a man. You confused because you really want to be with a man. Okay? And you don't want to be with a man, but you want to look like one and go after other women with male energy. You're confused, honey. You need some help. You need to get your mental right. Both of you. Because in all actuality, that's what you want is a man. Okay? Now, we have men on the other hand. You don't want to be with a woman. Okay. But you go be with a man that looks like a woman. Both y'all confused. You don't want to be with a woman, but you want to dress like a woman. You really want a woman. Both of you really want a woman. You're bullshitting with yourself. You're confused. You need some help. Get your mental right. You need to heal. That's very conflicting and confusing. You know. Now, there's many different aspects of the sickness, but this is the one that we're going to deal with right now. That's confusing. You know, I'm not going to knock anybody, you know, because I've done my share of things in my past. But my thing about it is this. When it comes to reproducing, but there's nothing no woman can do for me, for real. I mean, you may be able to give me some head and please me. That's about the gist of it right there. Because once that's done, I want some dick. I want to be poked. I want to feel the warmth of, you know. I want a man. I don't, you know. So there's nothing that a woman can really do for me but give me some head. That's just about it. That's it. That's the sum of it. But a man is what I need. Is what I crave. You get where I'm coming from. So there's no point in me even partaking in it anyway, because it does me any good. Because when I'm done getting sucked on and I'm climaxed, I want a man. So it does me no good to be with a woman, because at the end, I still want that man anyway. So I don't want to be with a woman like that. So it's a waste of my time. I'm not knocking somebody who does. But go be with a woman that's female. Why do you have to go be with a woman that's dressing like a man? I mean, that's crazy. Both of y'all are sick. I mean, think about that. Think about that. Why? Why? You know? But when you now live how you want to live, because this is the stuff that has been created at this point. So we can't knock. You have to treat them like human beings. You have to respect them. You can't make fun of them and beat them up and slander them because this is who they are. You have to let them be who they are. Whether you agree with it or not, they have a right to do what they want to do, as long as it is not affecting other people. Now, when you want me to start participating in your LGTB community, I cannot be a part of that. Now, I will accept you as a human. I will accept you as a person. I don't even have to deal with your issues or, however your lifestyle. Okay? Because you are entitled to have your own lifestyle. But you cannot expect me to participate in something that I really don't agree with at the end of the day. Alright? So I have no problem with anybody from LGTB. I don't. But you cannot expect me to participate, at the end of the day in your community. You know what I mean? I can drink with you. I can laugh and talk with you. Have love. We can do whatever. But when it comes to the participation in that community, I don't want anything to do with it. Just like I don't approve of people who live that lifestyle rearing children. Because you're going to bring them up, they're going to be confused. And you didn't hear two children say, I have two mommies or I have two daddies. And it's like, especially if these are little bitty children. If they already grown, you do what you want to do. But don't be trying to rear and bring up children when you are participating in that lifestyle. Like I've heard some people that I watch on the internet say, when their children's friends come over, they don't be all hugged up. That's because you feel like it's wrong your damn self. Just saying. You must feel like something is wrong if you can't be who you are in front of everybody. Now, I understand and I respect that. Because that's only fair. Why would you induce that to somebody else's child? It's not fair. So I can understand, why they would say that and why that's appropriate. But I just don't feel like children should be brought in the midst of those things, You should choose not to have children, then opt out of that. Opt out of parenting if you want to live that type of lifestyle. I mean, it's one thing if you've already reared your children and everybody's grown and, hey, if your mama come out or your daddy come out with the same-sex partner, who gives a fuck? It's their life. Everybody deserves happiness, okay? Everybody deserves happiness. But when you have little bitty children, I just don't think that that's appropriate lifestyle to live in front of them. I really don't. I just really don't. If you want to live that lifestyle, live it outside of them. Don't induct them into that lifestyle because it's just not fair. And, it causes a bunch of confusion, when it comes to the male and female principle. All this does. But again, the grandmother, the queens, they're allowing this. They're allowing it to happen for a reason. Then you have males using this to their advantage as well. The feminine principle. And they talking about this, that's why they dress like women and wear makeup and do this. No, boo-boo. No, honey, you're confused. I see two gay men all the time. But they don't look like women. They look like me. You wouldn't even know they was gay unless you knew what to look for. Or, when you hear them talking or whatever. But you can always tell when a man is more effeminized. You can always tell that. But, again, that's not to judge them. And that's not to point fingers or belittle them or hurt them or try to do anything to them. Because they're human beings. But at the same time, why? I'm just saying. You can't blame the feminine principle on your lifestyle. If you want to shake booty, look, when it comes to black men especially, it was bred in that DNA. When all that raping and stuff went on, down in the Caribbeans and up here in the United States, they call it. It was done to you purposely. You were tortured and raped and abused and molested. It was bred into you, And after a while, you begin to accept it as normal. Not all of men, black men, but you begin to accept it as normal because you didn't want to be hurt. So you just submissively gave in. And it's become such a habit form, that you see it today with no problem. Men will do anything, and women too, to get like a record deal, a movie contract, or whatever. They will do these things. But come on in front of us like they hardcore, but you want me to respect you like a man, I cannot. Most of these rappers and these entertainers and these actors, I cannot respect you as a man, especially when I can tell that you're more feminine than you come off in your movies. Or a lot of these rappers but you have no and a lot of these conscious community men too. Let's talk about that, because if I see a lot of feminine in you, I cannot respect you as a male. I cannot. Because for one, the man is not the head of shit in the first place anyway. You are the enforcer of the law, as I have said before. The woman lays it down, you enforce it. It's like that in the animal kingdom, and it's like that with us too. You were the one that was supposed to go out and hunt and bring home the money, the bacon, the food, and all that stuff. Even when you look at the lions, how they get down. The lionesses run the pride. They control the pride, not the male. He's the enforcer. The man is the enforcer. So you expect me, I'm looking at, these entertainers. Yeah, you're a nice looking young man, but you feminine. You wearing tight ass clothes. These even go for the conscious community men. This goes for the entertainers all across the board. Why you expect me to respect you as a man and you don't have... I got more bass in my voice than you do. Really? Really? Okay. And I'm a feminine female. But if I have more bass in my voice than you do, something is wrong, brother. And you wearing tight... I don't even like wearing tight clothes. I'll wear some fitting clothes, but I don't like wearing tight clothes. Especially in all this heat. As I done reached, 40, it's like, I've been here 40 years. I don't want nothing tight. I just want comfort. Now, in my mental, I'm still like 18, 19, 20, 21. I probably will never grow no older than 21 internally. Let's just keep it real. I will always be 21 in my mental. Always. I will always be between the ages of 17 and 21 up here. Now, I'm mature. Don't get me wrong. Let's say not my spirit, not my mental, but my spirit will always be that age. Because I'm not aging I'm not. And I had to remember it is a mental thing. And like, oh my God, I'm getting old, I'm getting old, I'm getting old. And then I started looking old and I started getting concerned. But when I put that philosophy down, and then my daughter's like, Mama, you still dress like you are age. And you still do, because that's how I feel. Now I dress appropriate, but I just don't feel like I'm aging. And I'm not. I've just been here 40 years. But I want comfort. But when you are wearing tight clothes as a man, you have no bass in your voice. You chatty and catty, and you like an old hen. You just like them, like females get. You want to argue with a nigga, and then every time you turn around, I'm watching your video, it's about this nigga or whatever. I don't have time. I don't have time. Okay? I cannot respect you as a man when you have no bass in your voice, you're wearing tight clothes. There's nothing masculine about you at all. Except that you're a man. That's it. Where's your queen? You don't have a queen or a potential queen on your side? Where's the female energy that's supposed to be with you? And then when you do see these men have female energy, they want to dominate over them, most of them. The kings don't rule nothing. The queens rule everything. The queen trumps the king. Always. 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 Why you think you seeing that? I was about to get it. Why you think you seeing Queen Elizabeth on the throne and not Prince Charles? Why? I'm just saying, you know. My point is this. Males don't run shit but they mouth, and they barely can run that correctly. Males cause a bunch of confusion. Okay? They want to debate, they want to argue, they want to go at war with each other. His story has proven this. Okay? They created that beast, and now that beast is ruling. How do you create a beast and is ruling over you? But that's another video. You know. But the men now always want to blame black women. Black women wearing weaves, you know, and black women is doing this, that, and the third. You know, me myself, I used to love the straight hair when I didn't really know myself. Then once I came into a knowledge of myself, if I'm gonna wear a wig or some weave, which rarely I make wigs, it's gonna be looking like this because this is the way my hair looks. You know, I play with straight wigs every now and again, just, you know, when I put makeup on, just for a little color. But I remember yesterday I wore this purple wig, you guys, and I didn't like it. I just didn't. I was bored and it was raining outside, and my defrost doesn't really work, so I don't really go anywhere in the rain if I can help it. And so I was like, let me look at this wig, you know, play with it. I put it on, and I was messing with it, and I wore it. But I'm going to tell you something. When I went out in it, I felt so uncomfortable. I had to hurry up and get back home and snatch that thing off. Anyhow, you know, if a man is not very masculine, your attire should not look like women's attire. Or like you making a video now, it's one thing if it's hot, you know. But if you in the air, brother, why you gotta have your shirt off making a video? Because you know not only women are watching you, men are watching you too. So you want them to look at your body? Coming on there talking about you how buff you done get. Ain't just women watching you. It's men watching you too. So who are you really coming on there for with all that? See, I pay attention. These eyes, boo-boo, is big for a reason. I pay attention to all that. Black men always want to talk about when black women, what they doing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Not all y'all black men, don't get me wrong. Don't come at me, brothers, like a pit bull. But it's a lot of y'all. It's probably 75 to 80% of y'all that are real feminine. And y'all always complaining about what the black woman doing. Get your own brothers together. How about that? Men cannot corral women and get them together. You cannot. Because she got feminine energy trumps male energy. It's nothing you can do about it. You can't do nothing with that woman, especially when it's that time of the month and she cramping, it's hot and she's irritated. And, there's nothing you can do with her at that point. She has to learn how to balance her emotions, but it's nothing we can do. Even I, who have pretty good balance of my emotions right now, when it's that time, I turn into, you know, Dragon Ball Z. Turn into a dragon sometimes, and I have to catch myself. You know, but Stop talking about you control these men then. Not control them, but you corral the brothers and you get them together. Stop talking about what we doing. You let us get us and you get your own kind. Because you'll never be able to help the black woman, black man, if you constantly pointing fingers telling her what she can and can't do. It ain't gonna work. You need to be getting the men telling them what they can and cannot do, what they need to be doing, because that's a representative of you. Just like women are a representative of other women. Black men, you help your black men, and you let black women help black women. And stop trying to tell us what to do, because you're always going to lose the battle. You're always going to lose the fight. You're always going to lose the argument. She thinks faster than you. She thinks better than you. And she's slicker than you. Okay? It's just how it works. Get your own kind together and stop making videos about black women wearing weave. It's one thing to put information out here about stuff, but it's another thing to slander. Why are you so worried about what the black woman is doing? Why are you so offended by it? Why are you so offended by it? Now, if she's trying to look like a Caucasian, then I understand. Or if she's trying to look like an Asian, I understand. But if she's looking like her own kind, leave her alone. But even if she is trying to look like something she ain't, you let the women deal with that. You go and deal with your male counterparts. Okay? Because a lot of the black women that's doing that, not all of them, but most of them that are doing this, we do it for the attention of the black man. Because we think that's what he likes. You dig? You know? And you got a lot of them like, look at Migos. You know? The rap group. I was getting caught up in liking that little t-shirt song for a minute. I had to think about it. Hold up, girl. Hold up. Not girl, but hold on. We caught up in that shit. And mumbling rapper shit. You know. Look how these fools dress, for crying out loud. Look at Future. Look how he dresses. Then dyeing their hair blonde and red. And why you wearing these old fluffy Migos wearing these old fluffy shirts looking like the Beatles and shit? That you know, that queer shit. But you want me to respect you as a man. And then in your videos, I see you with other women other than, you know, now when the bad and bougie, I don't know, because I ain't really into that stuff. But it's like, why do you have to have all these, what men call exotic, which I think is full of shit, women in these videos? Why you ain't got no black? Oh, I forget, you intimidated by the black woman. But you can make a bad and bougie, you know. And then what made me so disturbed by it, offended about that song, was for one, if you knew what bougie was, I don't think you'd be calling yourself bougie, because that's fake. But, and you know, because I watch a lot of hair and makeup videos, you know, and I be on that side and that side, she know, bad and bougie, and I'm bad and bougie. Oh my goodness. Really? It's offensive. But if you want to be labeled as bad and bougie, then you go right ahead, sugar. Show ignorance, not mine. Okay? And if this offends you, then what you do is you go to Home Depot, get yourself a ladder, sugar, and get over it. Because I'm not here for your emotions. Just like these men, I ain't here for your feelings. I don't give a fuck about them. I'm not here for your emotions. Okay? I'm a game changer. Alright? I'm not here for your emotions. I'm here to shift the energy. Your emotions, I don't give two fucks about. As a matter of fact, you can put them in a package and mail them to somebody who gives, but because I don't. And again, you cannot expect me or any other woman to respect you as a man if you are extra feminine. Just like, how do you expect a man to respect an extra masculine woman? Now, it's one thing for her to be a little aggressive, because I feel like I'm a little aggressive. But it's another thing for her to be dressing like a man, trying to act like a man, trying to look like a man, trying to think like a man, trying to be a man. I cannot respect you either, sister. Because you're trying to be something that you ain't. I can't respect you. And why you gotta act too aggressive? Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Okay? You know. It's just, it's ridiculous. It's sickening. You know, and I feel like a lot of these males that are, with all this arguing and stuff, that it's like, I feel like they putting us back into a worse predicament. You know? When I say us, I mean us as a whole. You know what I mean? Like, these conscious community dudes. I feel like they putting us back in a certain type of energy. They putting us back, they trying to put us back into a certain type of era. Men is over. Let that shit go. It's a done deal. It's a wrap. Okay? It's a wrap. Let it go. Mother's not going to allow it anymore. She's sick of it. We live on a living entity. The planet is living and alive. We live in a living planet. It is alive. That's why you see all the chaotic stuff going on. What happens for, let's just give an example. It may not be a pretty example, but we're going to give one. What happens when you put something in your body that shouldn't be in there? When you eat something that's not supposed to be in there? What happens to your bowels? It explodes. And that asshole be burning. Okay, I feel like your intestines is coming out from the inside. So just imagine how the planet feels with us living in it. Okay. And what we're doing. All the poisonous stuff that the beast is putting all over the place. Alright. So, I love you guys. I'm out of here. I'm not angry. I'm just very passionate. And like I said, I have an aggressive personality. But I have to just tell it like it is. I ain't no sugarcoater. And like I said, I'm not here for your feelings. I'm not here for your emotions. Okay? You need to corral your emotions because I'm not here for them. Alright? I'm here to wake people up. And I'm here to wake myself up and help myself. And if I can help others along the way or assist others along the way, then that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I came here for a purpose. I'm a chess game player, boo-boo. And I'm about to make a move. Just like some of the rest of us. Okay? And those of us that have been chosen to come here for that certain purpose, we will all be joined together. And then the party's going to hit the fan, sugar. And when the party starts, be ready. Because the box, is my husband and myself call it, it's going to be picking up, it's going to be picking up some niggas too, some black folks too. So, hey, you know, don't get caught up in nigga shit. Rise above that. Be who you are with your indigenous self. Okay, and rise above the foolishness anyway, alright? Much love, peace, and I will see you on my next, guys. I've been trying to shovel these videos out here, but it don't be happening, man. It don't be happening because I got a lot that I'm trying to produce myself. So, much love later. Peace. See you next.